is an updated 2020 version of this video which I made in 2019 and alhamdulillah which is currently performing at 9,000 views. No matter where you're praying, you definitely need to have wudu before you pray. So in this video, I will give you 2 easy ways you can make wudu in public washrooms for when you need to pray outside without a masjid. Assalamu alaikum Bliifians, you're watching Bliifee, the place to be for balancing your lifestyle with deen and dunya. So let's get right into how to do wudu in public washrooms for praying in public 2020. As I said before, this is an updated version of a video I made last year, but obviously things are a bit different now in 2020. So first, you will learn how to make wudu in public washrooms completely from start to finish. Any normal washroom with a hand wash area is good, but what's better is a washroom that's only meant for one person, which has a toilet, a wash basin, and it has a lock. These washrooms are commonly for people with disability and is open to people from all genders. So they're called disability washrooms or unisex washrooms. At least that's what they're commonly called in Australia. As far as I know, anyone can use these toilets as long as you're not blocking it for the people who actually need to use these toilets. The good thing about these toilets is that you're the only one in it and you have a private wash basin to yourself without having anybody look at you awkwardly when you're doing wudu. In these washrooms, you can do wudu as normal and you don't have to worry about any strangers giving you any awkward looks. But keep watching for some hacks to make it easier for you to do wudu in the washroom in terms of hygiene. If such a toilet is not available, then a normal washroom with common wash basins for everybody is okay as well. So start off by casually rolling up your sleeves, taking off your hijab, taking off any accessories like your watch, etc. And at this stage, no one is going to suspect you for anything. If there's anyone around, you're going to look like a normal person trying to freshen up themselves. But of course, when you move on to things like washing your feet, etc., things get a little bit awkward. So maybe just wait until the area is clear so that you're not having those awkward situations. But you can get started regardless of whether someone is around or not. Having a friend in this situation is super useful because it helps with dealing with awkward stares from strangers. It doesn't feel awkward at all when you have someone else with you. Now, when you take off your accessories like your watch, normally you would put it near the sink, but for hygiene purposes, it's best to now put it in your pockets. Similarly, if you take off your hijab for doing wudu, just let it hang around your neck like this. Everything else either goes into your bag or your pocket. Once again, for hygienic reasons, due to what's going around the world currently, I would not recommend to keep your bag on the floor as you normally would. If it's a light backpack, let it stay on your back as you make wudu, and that's similar for shoulder bags. You can let it hang on your shoulder while you make your wudu, as long as it's not distracting you. But if it's a heavy bag or a lady's handbag, like this one, it can get troubling if you have to have it on your shoulder constantly in the way when you do your wudu, like this. So if it is a heavy bag or it's a shoulder bag, then definitely keep it on the floor, but keep it in a dry area over a paper towel. Before you start your wudu, disinfect the tap handles with a disinfecting wet wipe or sanitizer. If you like, also give the wash basin a quick wipe with the same sanitized tissue or a disinfectant wet wipe so that you don't have any unhealthy accidental touching on the wash basin when you make your wudu. An alternative is to have a water bottle previously filled up with water to use for doing wudu. This is if you don't want to disinfect the tap handles and you don't want to touch the tap handles. When you start your wudu, start off normally as you would with your hands, your mouth, your nose, your face. Now when it comes to things like rinsing your nose, you might feel a bit embarrassed to do it in public, but it gets better the more you do it. What I mean is when you start getting used to doing wudu in public, the more you start doing it, the less it matters to you whether someone's watching you or not and whatever they think about you. So just go for it and you'll be fine, inshallah. Once you're done with your hands, mouth, nose, face and arms, wipe yourself off with a clean paper towel or some tissues. Moving on to the feet, the part that many people feel the most awkward about. Trust me, it's okay. You'll be fine. Just follow these steps and you'll get through it within no time. So start off by placing some dry paper towels on the floor besides where you're standing. This is to prevent your feet from getting dirty after you wash them, and it also helps with drying your feet off before you put them back into your socks and shoes. If you can, pull your feet up into the sink and give them a quick wash. Try not to touch your feet on the actual part of the sink, especially if you did not disinfect it before you started your wudu. If pulling up your feet into the wash basin is not easy for you in terms of flexibility, take a bottle filled with water and use it to wash your feet over a drain in the washroom. Once you've washed your feet, stand on the paper towels that you placed previously on the floor. Put your socks, shoes, hijab and other accessories back on. Make sure to wipe off any water that you've spilled while doing your wudu. It is important to leave the washroom in a state that you would like to find it in. So make sure to wipe off any water that you might have spilled on the floor and around the sink. Keep in mind, Bliifians, that tayammum for praying in public is not okay if you have water available to do wudu. Tayammum is only for when you cannot find water or if you have a medical condition that prevents you from using water. Comment below if you have any more tips you'd like to add to these for doing wudu in public washrooms for praying in public, including any hygiene tips. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe because that way you'll be helping me make more such videos for you. And until next time, live your beliefs and stay tuned to Bliifee. Having a friend with you in this situation is... Oh. I should stop getting so scared. Okay. If it's a light back... Cut that part, put the previous part. So guys, it's getting a little warm. Alhamdulillah, spring is coming. And so are spiders, mosquitoes, and insects in your nearest backyard.